Hey everyone, this is Kenny or Kent or whatever you want to call me, and you're listening to The Other Show.
I'm telling you, man, Southwest. I
Oh,
still.
you're still going on about Southwest?
Well,
Okay.
I still haven't really decompressed. I mean, we just recorded the other
It's
show.
only been a few minutes that he's been home. I don't blame you.
2 hours late, feeling like prodded cattle, getting ourselves on a plane.
The wounds are still fresh, and I'm sympathizing with you.
Josh, when they're deplaning, do you stand up?
No.
Do you get your bag as soon as you can? Do you wait your turn? Like, what is your process for this?
I usually will just sit and wait until the people behind me are gone, because I just get so annoyed.
Whoa, what? Wait, what?
Oh yeah,
You wait until the plane is empty?
For the most part, until the really slow people.
Holy cow!
I'm not in a rush.
You're also part of the problem.
Whoa!
Please.
If everyone just goes in their rows, then everything will be fine. There is a status quo to go in your row. That is going with that rhyme. No, it's I recently having flown. There are so many people that are like, "Well, I've already got my carry-on," and they just run as far up as they can, and they get stuck, somewhere halfway through the plane. And you're like, "Dude, you're like 3 rows behind me, and you're already going." Like that is. Those people have been on Jerry Springer at that point.
Oh, no. And that is part of the reason why I just don't do that. I had a bad experience about a year and a half ago where I was getting off the plane in Long Beach and I stood up right after, right? I'm waiting for my turn. And this little Hispanic lady from the back of the plane starts moving her way through the whole line, and I'm standing there, right? I'm like, there's no room to get around me,
there's no way.
I'm a large mammal.
No, I mean, you've lost some weight since then.
Well, I'm still a large mammal, but anyway, I'm just saying, I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, she just started yelling at me in Spanglish, right? So I didn't understand half of it. But she's like, move.
She came out swinging.
It's time to get out. Move. And I'm like, we're not going anywhere. Like, we weren't even moving. They hadn't even opened the door yet.
Yeah.
She made it such a horrible experience that I'm just like, oh, go right ahead. And she stopped a little bit ahead of me because somebody else would not let her through.
Of course not. And nor should they. And I understand you were being bullied, and I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yes. And
but it's not like an original
triggers me more than those little Hispanic ladies because they
I don't blame you.
They are vicious.
Yep.
Yeah. But like everyone needs to mind their own. It's not an original idea to get off the plane. We all want to get off.
Yeah.
Everyone probably needs to use the restroom, like a real one.
I mean, it wasn't because she had to stretch her legs. I mean, she was under 5 feet tall.
Even people with short legs need to stretch them, Josh.
Yeah. That was quite the general statement.
It's not like they don't have knees. They have less joints than we do.
But obviously, some people didn't learn how to wait in line from literally kindergarten up through their entire life. That's like the only thing that I was effectively trained to do until I was 18 years old was wait your turn. Yeah. I mean, it's like, the one thing that school pounded into my head. So when someone wants to run past me, I'm almost like when someone's coming up the side of the freeway when there's traffic, I'm that guy that sticks his nose out. I am. Because guess what? If I'm stuck here, so are you. We're not going to play this game. We're waiting our turn.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Casey, you're basically Batman, okay? You're a vigilante of the freeway.
One day I'm going to get either crashed into or punched, but hey, whatever.
It's true, but Batman is as well. You are making sure that justice is served for waiting in lines.
It's so frustrating when people think that the world doesn't apply to them. It's like, no, we're all here. Chill out.
Especially during construction.
Oh, man.
Gosh, a few months ago, there was construction here, here in Utah, the 215.
Sorry, a few months ago, you mean the last 20 years?
Like, yeah, just like what are you talking about?
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, yeah. Just
Orange cone season is every season. But here, northbound 215, granted, I know that you have a 215 in Vegas.
Yes.
But they had shut down to one lane, right? And some car, including a semi, decided to make a lane out of the emergency lane. And
We're just going our own way.
I'm having none of it, right? And so I'm thinking, man, like, but I don't want to be that guy that like straddles the emergency lane, right? Because they're anyway. About a week before that, my coworker had hit my car in the parking lot. Oh. So I quickly think, okay, I'm just gonna pull aside. So I pull aside and I get out of the car. And I just look at the dent and I start like kind of pushing on it like that. And so
no way.
I had a couple people behind me honk and they're like, get out of the way. And I'm like, and I look and I just point at my bumper.
And you're like, look at my car.
Yeah.
Look at the accident that just happened.
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
And so
amazing.
And so they start moving on to the, merging back into the other lane. And I wasn't there for too long, right? Just the people that were there. And so people started, but the thing is it was a chain reaction, right? Because those people who are merging back into the regular lane started the chain reaction of those people to move back in as well. And I actually had somebody say, "Oh, you okay? You got hit?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just had to pop it back in, like, or whatever. I made something up." But then I went on my merry way. It wasn't a very long delay.
I feel like I'm talking now to the Justice League of Freeway Justice.
I was going to say, you called me Batman. Getting out of your car, that's a whole nother level of commitment.
That's Superman level.
Seriously, that's incredible.
I would not have done it, though, if I didn't have that dent in my car, right? Like, it was visible. Because at the same time, I'm thinking, I watched too many of these road rage videos where I'm like, I'm going to get shot, right?
You're right.
But I knew
do most of them take place in Russia, though?
True.
Because that's most of the road rage videos I've seen.
So many of them.
I'm swearing in Russian.
Wait, was that Star Wars?
No,
was that Sebulba?
I'm swearing in Russian.
No, you're in a pod racer all of a sudden.
That was a great reference, and you're right.
Bring me young Anakin.
Oh, so good.
Okay.
But no, I don't know how we got on that one, but
because it's what we do. So waiting in lines, airplanes, Vegas. Tell us about Vegas.
Dude, it was fun.
We're going to get there eventually.
It was fun. Okay. It was a quick trip. We left Saturday evening. We went down there specifically to run the rock and roll 10K race that shuts down the Vegas Strip. And Casey, correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of two events?
I think there's only two.
Because there's the F1 and then the rock and roll race.
This race is pretty famous just because it's most races aren't done at night, but they do it specifically in the evening time so that you can have just those incredible city lights. It's got to just be. It's got to be. That's a bucket list race that I want to do. That's amazing. You got to tell us about it.
Well, and the thing is, and I'll talk probably a lot more of the detail on the party in the back, because
did you just plug that your co-hosts now have to go listen to Party in the Back?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Well,
fine,
fine. I'm going to tell you. But I don't want to give everything away because there's other stuff that we kind of, Blue and I, go into a little bit deeper because, it's kind of a therapeutic podcast, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's a therapist. Anyway, the thing I love about this race, and you nailed it there, Casey, is it happens at night. It starts at 4:30, so you get dusk. You get the sunset.
So pretty.
And you hit about mile 2, which is where they have the Welcome to Las Vegas sign.
So awesome.
So you get this view of the strip behind you, the sunset out, west. You get just the lights that are turning on, and there's just something about that moment. The last 3 years that I've done this that just leaves you in awe. It's beautiful. It's where man meets God, kind of, in a way, is the best way I'd like.
In Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Man meets God. Can't thank you. Man meets God in Las Vegas?
Hey, it happens. I
guess he does meet them where they are, right? That's fair.
I did have a drunk guy that came up to me when I was wearing my Y'all Need Jesus shirt that said, I heard that Jesus washes feet. I guess it was from the Super Bowl ad, and there's a couple big signs there in Vegas. But anyway, yes, God is in Las Vegas. But no, it's a great moment, right? And it's something that Blue and I, when we first did this race 3 years ago, that's what has brought us back, is that mile 2 experience. And it was great. My wife came and ran this race with me. This is her first race, her first 10K, her first anything.
Oh, cool.
So she was a little bit behind me. She was running with one of our friends. And so I ran ahead with KP, but I told him, let's stop here. I want to wait for my wife. And so we're stopped there for a few minutes. And this lady comes up to me and she's like, hey, did you do a YouTube video about 2-3 years ago where you did this race and you ran into the M&M store? And like, I'm like, I start laughing. I'm like, yeah. And
no way.
One, like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really weird. KP's over here, like jaw to the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, thank you. Like, that got me so excited to do this race. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, aw, man, for somebody who's killed 2 YouTube channels, like, thank you. Like, I mean, thank you for letting me know. Like, I told Marianne afterwards, because I was trying to tell her about, this experience and her coming up to me. And I'm like, kind of makes me want to kind of do YouTube again. Like, knowing that I had that impact on somebody to come and do this race.
And what was it about the video? Was it the fact that you were just a normal person that ran a race and ran into the M&M store, that you didn't need to take it deathly serious?
Yeah, it was
like, is that what kind of got her into it?
Yeah, it was that, and then it was that moment, and she even kind of referenced a little bit about the sunset and everything, which that was where we were. And so I'm sitting there and like, oh my gosh, like, it was just one of those moments where you're like, man, maybe I gave up on this a little bit too early, like, I'm not going to say that door's been shut completely, but it was just one of those moments of like, holy cow, like, people actually do watch that,
So Josh, what you're saying is, long story short, is that you're famous.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, you go to Vegas and you're recognized.
That's remarkable.
It was really weird. I took a picture with her, of course, because I'm like,
well, it's your adoring fan. You have to.
I know. I'm like, I got one fan, guys. I got one fan.
You can retire now.
Yeah, I'm gonna live off the royalties now.
Yes, so. As you should. That YouTube ad money,
of dead YouTube channels. Yeah. and I like that your motivation is now, I'm going to start a YouTube channel in 2024.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm going to do.
Let's put the brakes on that a little bit, but
there goes the dream.
The thing is it did get me kind of going, and for me, that's like, okay, maybe I can do this. Is Marianne's like, yeah, that would actually be kind of fun, and I'm like, oh no. We'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. But
yeah,
anyway.
The man of many projects. We'll have another.
I know. ADHD.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's just a calm warning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want in a couple of months when this gets off the ground to have the video while you're walking around the house vlogging or doing something, and you once again have your cat run under your feet and throw your back out, and we have an ambulance situation. I mean, look, I'm just looking out for your personal well-being here, Josh.
Oh, Casey, you're way off. I would love to see that video.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, that's actually a fair point. I was looking out for Josh, but for the views, that's actually probably pretty awesome.
Yeah, put that on TikTok. And
I say go for it, yeah.
Insta famous.
You say TikTok. I say America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh,
because that needs to be a thing.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
I think they have a YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah.
They finally got out of 1988, huh?
Yeah.
Is it all Bob Saget's voices?
Oh, if it's not,
hey, I'm still hanging around. Yeah.
But no, it was a great experience, the 10K. KP and I ran with Marianne for about a mile during that stretch. The sunset stretch is what I like to call it. Then KP and I ran for a bit, and then I kind of sat there at mile 5 because I wanted to do that last mile with my wife, because I knew this was an important race for her, because she was running for our nephew.
Yeah,
I knew also she was really worried about dying during the race.
Sure.
I knew she wouldn't die. I mean, it's Vegas. Nobody dies in Vegas, right?
Hold on. Now I got to clarify here. Dying because of getting shot, or dying because she couldn't make it through the 6 mile run?
I think she was probably worried about it all, to be honest with you.
Both? Okay, fair. No, fair. That's what I was curious.
I've walked the strip in the middle of the night, and it's a very safe place for a 40-year-old male that's 6'2". Right? There's no privilege here. It's fine. Did I need to buy a CD at one point? Yeah, I did. Did I need to buy a photo op with the Avengers and then some showgirls? Absolutely.
Also, yes. Yeah. It's super safe.
But no, it's safe once you give people money, and then and take the pass along cards so you don't feel threatened.
Are you talking about Vegas or Salt Lake here on the pass along card?
Oh, I was gonna say Salt Lake is well on its way to this very same idea here. I mean, I wouldn't put it past you guys.
That's one thing, actually. I didn't really see the slapper card people out.
I don't think they're out anymore.
No, I don't know.
Okay, we were talking about that. I haven't seen them very much in the last couple of years.
Same.
No, and maybe it's the pandemic. Whatever. Maybe they've all become the monks that try to hand you the bracelets.
Wait, so now it's what WWJD bracelets instead of the slapper cards?
What would the monks do? I don't know.
They've gone full 180. You know what? That is adjusting to the times. Whoa.
But or like you said, maybe it's the pandemic.
I don't know. I mean, man,
I went
the monks, man.
I went. What was it, like 6 years ago? And it was with my buddy. And he didn't mind. He took every card that he was offered. And I'm like, dude, quit taking the cards.
Don't do that.
Don't even look at them. And he took every card and he put them in his back pocket. And he had probably a 2-inch stack of these cards, right? And then we were back in the hotel room, the lovely Excalibur, might I add, in a $100 room.
Yeah.
And then he brings out the cards and says, let's play Go Fish. And I was like, come on, man. Come on. It's what do I say? The 2-star blonde. I mean, I don't know what to do there.
That is the most risque game of Go Fish that's ever been played.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though I didn't see the slapper card people out there, I mean, they were passing out like bookmarks.
Is that
Josh,
an outline of a stripper?
Well,
that's not
also
a bookmark.
There's also a phone number for free limo, free cover
on that. This
call to arrange. I need my readers on here. Arrange limo.
Here, just show it to us. We'll read it for you.
Las Vegas.
Which establishment?
Las Vegas. What does that say?
Arrange limo pickup. Las Vegas Strip Club.info.
Oh, I didn't know the Las Vegas Strip was a club. Huh. Anyway.
Interesting. Weird.
It's a great bookmark.
It's funny the things you learn in Vegas.
It's big enough for my scriptures.
I hope you. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean,
put that in your quad.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
The club. It must be the same, like equivalent to Club 33 at Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm sure they got midgets.
I should check that out. Yeah.
Josh, I love how you think Club 33 is exclusively little people.
It was for me.
Because of your one experience.
It was for me.
Just because you went exclusive with a midget doesn't mean that Club 33 is exclusively midgets.
Kenny, have you been to Club 33?
Don't rub that in my face.
I'm just saying. I'm talking from experience.
I've gone out with a little person, Josh.
I'm talking from experience.
You're too bougie, apparently.
It's true.
Kent, you said you've gone out with a little person. Did you ask them if they were a member of Club 33? Because if you didn't, you don't know that they were.
Actually, they probably secretly were, but you're not supposed to share that with people. It's like you don't talk about Fight Club.
It is very secretive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that
you don't talk about Club 33.
You don't talk about Club 30. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
we're going to a bad place. We're going to Vegas.
I know. I was going to say, but
where God is, apparently.
That's where God is. Thank you.
But kind of going back to to the slapper cards or the free bookmarks or whatever. But I wanted to circle back though to those monks. I don't know. I mean, Casey, you're the resident here.
Hostile people.
Yes.
I mean, aggressive. Some might consider them on the same plane as like panhandlers, but I would go as far as saying they are much more hostile and aggressive than your typical panhandler. And I bring them up because Las Vegas, and as we mentioned, Salt Lake is absolutely chock full of homeless people who are less fortunate. But those monks will do anything to slap one of those bracelets on your arm for free, and then accost you, just hold you up for money. And that's one of those things that you got to learn to don't even make eye contact.
No.
Don't even go near them.
I mean, my wife and my father-in-law were like, "Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you." I'm like, that's too long. Because
Way too long.
I got to the point where I'm just like, nope. Like, don't touch me. Nope. Because they were going right for my wrists.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Between that and then like walking out of the Bellagio and right there in your face is Mexican Mickey Mouse. You're like, you want to take a picture? Take a picture of Mickey Mouse?
Hey, Mexican Mickey Mouse is an institution on the Strip. You leave him alone.
The one that's also kind of dressed up in the friar tuck like robe. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Yeah.
Absolutely. They're all standing in their little circles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His Mickey Mouse costume got a little burned or singed or something, and so he just put something over the top.
Like, this works. But
this works. It's cold.
It's so interesting. It's like, man, Salt Lake doesn't have this.
But it could, and I think we could start something here, guys.
Wait, hold on. Are we going to dress this dirty Mickey Mouse?
I mean, I call being the giant bumblebee transformer robot on stilts that everyone wants to take pictures of, because he's legit and he has lights on him. You guys can be the clown in the wheelchair and the Mickey Mouse.
I want to be a minion.
You can be the minion. And you know what?
Thank you.
We do this at conference.
That's when this is ingenious, guys.
Like
that's when crowds are wild.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. And I want to make it to the front cover of the Ensign for that month.
But again, amidst all of the people going into conference and the terrible, weird, controversial protesters, we're not going to be there protesting. We're just there because that's where the people are. We're offering joy and positivity in people's lives and the opportunity
and photo ops for $40.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you.
See, we're already on the same page.
we are going to charge. Okay.
I have 100%. This is not charity, my friend. Sorry. It's charity to us.
Okay. I guess then I'll have to work on being as persistent as the monks in Vegas.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if I have that in my heart.
They've got a good thing going. All we need to do is move that market to Salt Lake City. I mean, come on. This is a great idea.
But seriously though, like we do need something like that because it just.
What are you talking
Wait,
about?
Really?
I want it.
You want this new industry.
Yeah.
You want to be annoyed. You want to be annoyed every time you walk by Temple Square.
Why not?
Okay.
Especially if I can shake $40 out of people.
Yeah, exactly. Naked guitar player guy from Times Square outside of Temple Square. I mean, he'd draw quite the crowd.
Bushman, like we could just take a couple of fake trees from a ward building house and just pop out of those.
I mean, you do have a ghillie suit, so I think you're good to go.
We're already set.
I actually do. Yeah.
I know.
Dude, we are going
You have a ghillie suit and you're not actively wearing it right now?
I know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, remember when you couldn't see him before? He was wearing it.
Fair. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think we are about to revolutionize downtown Salt Lake.
So here's my thing, because I like to keep us on task a little bit sometimes.
For shame.
We really wanted to hear about your trip.
Uh-huh.
So here's what we've covered. Okay, hold on.
Let's hear it. Summarize this for us.
We're going to go to General Conference and stand out as dirty mascots and charge $40 to $50 for pictures.
Have clean, costumes.
Okay, that feels wrong. That feels inauthentic, but that's okay.
I won't wear deodorant for the day. I don't know.
The business plan is already proven. And so, I mean, at least we already know this is going to work, like for sure.
Instead of asking for $40, maybe we just ask for 10%.
Hold on. What was that? Okay. So also, you're saying that Club 33 has a maximum height limit. Okay.
Possibly. Yeah. You can't speak from experience, so
Just quit rubbing it in my face. And God is in Las Vegas. Okay, yep. I think that about wraps up the other show.
Josh, what happened to you this weekend?
I'm still trying to remember. Maybe I was roofied. I don't know.
He went to the club.
Yeah. The Las Vegas Strip has a club.
Yes, it does. The whole strip.
It's just franchises, really, of the same one.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Do you have any more Vegas stories, or can we move on? I know we have a phone call.
There are probably a bunch, but honestly, I mean, that's kind of the whole event. And we talked a little bit about it on the other show about Southwest and everything. So, yeah, I mean, people can probably assume what my experience was flying Southwest anyway.
Wait, did you eat good food? Tell me that, because that's what I want to know.
I did.
Okay.
I mean, we obviously being there for about 2 days, didn't get too many places, but we ate after the race just over there of the Links. And I'm trying to remember what it is. Off the strip.
I've never been there. I go to Hash House over there.
Hash House is good. It's, I mean, I like it, but it's probably not the best place, in my opinion. And in Casey, you have a look of agreement, or you're thinking of 10 million other places.
No. I was thinking, I don't know that one. I mean, look, it's not like I'm the food expert. I like to find good places, but there's no limit to the number of places to eat here. And so being able to try all of them is not even possible. So if you liked it,
have you been to Gordo's, the street tacos by Circus Circus?
I haven't been to Gordo's.
It's time.
I know.
It's quite good.
I know that Gordo's is like famous. And I know that there's 2 or 3 different ones that all kind of compete with each other in their infamy, and I want to go and try all of them. It's my dream to like go and do a taste test. Josh, that's what we need to do when you're here, and Kenny, you're invited as well, of course.
Oh, thanks for that partial invite. Okay.
No, it's not. I just know that Josh is going to come at least once a year, guaranteed.
Yep.
To see that
sunset already signed up for the next year's race.
And so, I mean, Kenny, there's a whole other situation in which you could come here. I don't know if you know this, but when Spencer was single, way back when we were in college together, my wife and I were both his friends, and my wife one day was like, "Hey, Spencer, I want to help you out a little bit. Let's take you to the mall. Let's do a little makeover and see if we can't help you out with the ladies." And I was thinking,
adorable.
We would do. The offer stands for you, my friend. I mean,
did you do glamour shots with him as well?
We should have.
Yeah.
Where the like overly blown out exposure with the stars and stuff.
But we'll do that with you, Kenny.
I was going to say, Kenny, the offer stands for you to come to Las Vegas. I mean, look, the sky's the limit here, buddy.
But only if you get like a nice, fun, like early 2000s soundtrack. I get to come out from the curtain every time. And you guys are giving me thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yes. No. Okay. This is the vibe. You already get it.
This will be a part of my YouTube channel.
I feel used.
3rd time's a charm.
Welcome to Vegas. Yeah. Okay, I'm playing a phone call. Are we good?
Yeah, let's move on here.
I'm curious. This is my first phone call, so let's see how this goes.
Hey guys, it's Spencer. You haven't been returning my phone calls or my text messages, and I've tried to log in to record with you a couple times since I've been gone. And the URL, did you change the URL on me? Just trying to record, so let me know or return my texts or calls. I know I don't have a beard, but I can try.
That makes me feel just a tiny bit awkward.
No, don't worry about it. Josh and I assumed that he said he was leaving on paternity leave. We thought that was the name of his new podcast, because he's always saying you can find me on my other show, and then he's like, paternity leave, and we're like, okay.
If that's what you want your topic for your podcast to be.
Also, by the way, if that name's not taken, people should probably use paternity leave.
That is a pretty good name. So kudos to Spencer if that's what he's got going on the side.
Yeah, but I don't know what he's talking about. We got Casey, so Spencer. I don't know.
I mean, your beard looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, look, guys. I mean, we've got the other show cruise that we've already officially got planned and booked. We've got the next year's rock and roll race that we're all doing, right?
Yep.
Right, Kenny?
Oh no, I have to train.
Yes.
Okay.
And
you can just do
we're already coming to do you're going to come and do a makeover. This is, guys, we're basically best friends at this point. So I think it's best that we just keep things going the way they are.
Well, hold on. Is this the new guy saying that we should just stick with him? Is this what we're saying?
Kenny,
never.
Kenny, aren't you going to be gone sometime next month?
Oh, weird.
Well, no, it's not right to have Spencer and Casey in the same room at the same time. I'm not even sure they're different people.
Wow, you caught on to that much quicker than we thought you would.
It's been about 2 months. Yeah. I figured it out.
I figured with all those stories saying back in the day, back in college, back when we used to work together, that you'd be like, of course they're not the same person, but really you figured that out quickly.
No, it took me a minute. Yeah, it's fine. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Spencer. Maybe we'll share him a link to record with us at some point.
We should probably
honestly, guys, I think it's right. I mean, he seems lonely. He's been calling me. He's been, his evenings, he doesn't really have much going on except, the new baby. I feel like it's the right thing to do is to give him a shot.
His baby is super cute, but I can tell Spencer misses us because he keeps sending us links of stories to share.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, dude, go enjoy your time.
He wants to talk about stuff and he's not even here. That's not how paternity leave works.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
check out, man. Just check out. We got it covered.
Which is funny because Casey, I know you were talking about something for 2 seconds. Spencer sent us a story that Josh and I are like, we'll wait for you, Spencer. Like, we're not as angry as you are. But literally, you have the story in front of you already, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to rage about this.
Okay.
While we've been recording here, having this nice conversation, my brother, who also lives here in Las Vegas near me, sent me an article about Wendy's, the red pigtailed institution. And that is talking about how beginning as early as 2025, Wendy's is going to be testing what's called dynamic pricing. And that, or another name is kind of the Uber-like surge pricing. So basically what that means is in times where things are busy, things are going to be more expensive. So when there's a big event going on, your Ubers are going to cost more money. And when it's, lunchtime or dinner time, your Baconator is going to cost however much more money. And
it's already $8 per chicken sandwich there.
Horrifying to think that it's already at those levels of money. I mean, it's Wendy's.
Oh.
And they're going to raise the prices at lunch and dinner just because it's busy. This is all, by the way, an AI thing that's going to, by the way, Amazon does this, airlines do it, hotels do it. But the fact of the matter is that fast food, if this becomes popular and becomes more the norm, I don't know that I can jump on that train. That is just
it's so crazy. Like there's cheaper fast food still that you can find somehow, but it's not like the days that we had literally 5 years ago where we had dollar menus everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It's not like saying back in my day the movies were a nickel. No, this was right before the pandemic, and now the average family has to pay $40 to go to McDonald's. I mean, McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's great to eat off the counter where all the dirty rags have been.
No, and it's so funny to me. Like Wendy's, you go to the drive-thru because, by the way, has anyone eaten inside of a Wendy's in the past 15 years?
I haven't been inside of a Wendy's. It's been a long time.
Actually, yes.
Ooh. Josh, don't.
No. Hold on, Josh. Was it one of the new ones or was it one of those ones that's definitely still from the 90s that they haven't remodeled yet?
It was South Jordan, so it was a nicer one. It was a newer one.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was my wife that wanted to sit down and eat, and I looked at her like, "You want to eat here?"
Yeah, like
I'd rather things. It is a nice sit-down dinner these days. So
I'd rather take a limo ride to a Vegas club than eat inside of a Wendy's at this point. Yeah, the one and only.
Okay.
Like, I think Wendy's is kept open by its drive-thru. Obviously, you can drive by at prime time, dinner hours, and there will be a short line. I think and I hope this is the beginning of the end of Wendy's. I hope that people finally rise up, because this is not. We all understand we're going to pay a lot for airline tickets. We understand that hotels will go up and down. But when you're talking about fast food, I mean, this is lower middle class to, the people that they need processed food, and they need food that will generally just keep them fed for cheap. And when that's raised arbitrarily, there may be an uprising.
Yeah, and it is arbitrarily. It's basically an AI powered drive-through. It like the menu items could change price while you're sitting there in line looking at the menu.
Oh, that would piss me
off. Mean, can you just right?
That's almost as bad as like Uber, right? Like when you go to book your Uber and you have to like back out from the app or something, or go back to another page, and then you come back and it's like $2 more. Like, this is stupid. I only go to Wendy's for 2 reasons. And that's to get a Frosty occasionally and to win my Ward chili cook-off. So there's no
shameless
reason. Their burgers are nasty.
No, they're not good. Yeah, the food's declined. The Frosties are getting smaller. Nothing is good. I mean, it used to be pretty cheap to get kids' meals because that's the only reason I go to Wendy's. I don't actually order food for myself, and now those are $5-6.
Fries suck.
Like it's all the fries suck.
Yeah,
like the new ultimate flex that everyone's going to post on their social medias is going to be ordering Uber Eats of Wendy's during surge pricing. It's not. Dude, paying $45 for a Baconator is going to be the new flex.
Oh my god!
I think you're right. Ugh.
I hate this. I hate this world. I hate it.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm just thinking about I remember 25 years ago when they had the mushroom melt burger or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of my favorite burgers.
So good.
And I came back to it, maybe a few years ago, and this is nasty.
Not quite the same. The mushrooms are a little scary.
Paste. It's just orange paste. And there's just no flavor. But anyway, I mean, it did help me win my Ward chili cook-off, so I can't complain too much.
Gross.
And the strawberry Frosty is pretty good too.
I just know that even though I approach this with a level-headed reporter-esque demeanor, I am raging inside that this is something that could be coming into the fast food market in general. I mean, good grief.
I mean, because you have to worry about these kind of trends because you would hope that people stand up and do something about it. But when Netflix, for example, said you can no longer share passwords, I was like, okay, everyone's going to drop Netflix and they're going to lose so much money and reverse this decision. What happened? People signed on for more accounts. And that makes the other streamers say, yeah, we're also going to cut password sharing.
Yep.
And it's so annoying because, it's like vote with your wallet, people. Don't go to Wendy's. Boycott Wendy's. Hashtag boycott Wendy's.
That might be the title. That might be the title of the episode.
Hashtag boycott the pigtails. Boycott pigtails.
We'll make that trend. Pigtails.
I'll buy that shirt, you guys.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
The title's not God is in Las Vegas because yeah.
I mean that is runner up.
Yeah.
Okay, there's runner up. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Casey. It is so frustrating, and I'm sure Spencer's going to want to talk about this when he comes back as well, but it's so stupid. And so this is next year, potentially?
Yeah, it says as early as beginning of next year.
I imagine, though, they're probably not going to start in places like South Jordan or Salt Lake. It's going to be those bigger places, L.A., New York.
Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine. Vegas, probably. I mean, they probably even do it on the Strip now with Wendy's. So
could be.
I
just want to read a quote from the CEO to kind of wrap up this topic, just to get everybody really fired up. It says right here, beginning as early as 2025, we will begin testing more enhanced features like dynamic pricing, says CEO Kirk Tanner on the earnings call February 15th. Here we go. We are planning to invest approximately $20 million to roll out digital menu boards to all U.S. company-operated restaurants by the end of 2025. They're spending $20 million to charge us more money. Just to charge us more money. That's icing on the cake, Wendy's.
You sure his name is not Bob Iger?
Yeah. Snap. Hey, speaking of movies, I just want to kind of finish off the show talking about the new movies of March.
Are there any?
Remember how January and February there were like 2 movies and that was it?
Please
ready.
Tell me we've got some good coming.
We've got 3.
We have a good movie and a lot of other movies coming out this month.
Okay.
That was a great way to put that. Very political. Let's hear them.
Because I know you've been waiting for the Netflix release on the 15th of March, Irish Wish. And this is Lindsay Lohan's new rom-com called Irish Wish.
Sounds like a Disney Channel movie, to be honest with you.
Wait, I was going to say, this isn't the straight-to-TV release of the recent Disney hit Wish? This isn't like the immediate follow-up Irish version?
My daughter hated that movie, so I'm hoping Irish Wish.
The music was great. Oh,
dude, my kids are cynical just like me, and I think I love them for it.
Run with it.
Well, we'll talk about that another day. We'll talk about that when you're not here in March, okay? Goodness grief.
Okay, but let's start off the month. So March 1st is Dune Part 2.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm here for it.
I have seen this movie. I saw it last week.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go and see it early?
Don't worry. This is what I do, Casey.
He's a critic.
You know I'm a movie critic, right?
I know Spencer.
Hold on, let me put on my glasses.
I'm sorry. Spencer's told me that you do this, but I've never been directly associated. That's amazing. So sorry, we were talking about Josh being famous. You've got early release access to these movies.
Oh,
I'm the loser here.
He took me to Cocaine Bear. He took me to Cocaine Bear. And it was...
That's how famous I am.
It was life-changing. Not going to do drugs if bears end up like that.
By the way, Casey.
Yes.
For Cocaine Bear, which is a very slapstick, silly movie, right? About a bear who does cocaine and rips people apart. Very bloody, not scary. Josh, how did you feel about Cocaine Bear?
Horrifying.
It's horrifying. There was a part where the bear is on the roof of this shack. It was like a tourist building, and you could hear the stomp, 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 and they're inside kind of looking up at the ceiling. Josh was terrified that a bear claw was gonna come through the window, which it did, and snatch one of them up. Like it was an actual, the scariest movie he's ever... Like it was The Exorcist, but it was like Cocaine Exorcist.
Oh, I would have loved
I'm just
sitting
telling
next to
you.
Josh with his hands covering his face, waiting for the next
No,
game.
he was. No, he literally was scared, Casey. This is not a joke. This isn't a Josh joke.
If you have any say, any sway in the youth of America, forget about the DARE program. Forget about the Say No to Drugs. Show them Cocaine Bear, and it will stop immediately.
So it's going to be a double feature because my plan is to show them Requiem for a Dream first, because that is the biggest anti-drug movie. If people have seen it, if you know, you know. And then it will be Cocaine Bear.
Well, I'm going to have to go watch both of them.
Don't watch Requiem for a Dream unless you're really thinking you might want to try drugs. And then you never will.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha.
It will hurt your soul, absolutely. So, but Dune Part 2 is phenomenal.
All right,
this
that's awesome.
is...
I'm glad to have your thumbs up.
It is great. Dune Part 1 was a very, arm's reach highbrow sci-fi movie that did a lot of world building. And I think for a lot of people, it was a little not quite accessible, right? Because there's just, the universal story and there were a lot of politics. This one is more of the same. But if you want kind of a different kind of blockbuster, a blockbuster that's not going to hold your hand, but one that will make you, feel a little bit more intelligent, I think it's Dune. Thankfully, this time around, there's a lot more action. Whereas the first movie didn't really quite have that. This one, they ride a lot of spice worms,
awesome.
Which is pretty dang cool. But I loved it. It is still kind of it will go over a lot of people's heads. It's very religious and political. So it's like a weird sort of blockbuster, but it's my kind of movie.
Cool.
So that one comes out the first. And then there's a horror movie called Imaginary, which comes out on the 8th. And this one is one of those Bloomhouse ones where a little girl is talking to an imaginary bear and it's telling her to kill people or it's killing people for her.
It was Cocaine Bear.
Oh,
It was actually Cocaine. It's the prequel to Cocaine Bear.
It's the prequel.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, you want to go see that movie with me?
It's the Cocaine John, right?
Josh, I actually want to take you to a legitimate horror film.
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
Please?
Only on an empty bladder.
Casey, the one time I've been with Josh during something actually scary was at Lagoon's Frightmares. And we were going through we went through a haunted house, and I think it's only 3 spiders out of 5, meaning scary level.
Yeah.
And maybe it was 4 spiders, because it was pretty intense at the end. There was a strobe light room where, no joke, Josh. It was so poorly run because it's Lagoon. People were like 40 guests stuck inside this room that I think they were trying to get towards the exit, but we were stuck. Meanwhile, you have 3 cast members who are probably 16 years old, chasing, running at you with strobe lights going. And at one point, so if you just stand still, you're fine. If you just stand still, move slowly.
I got the crowd going.
So Josh, all of a sudden, you see this in strobe light. I see him at the end of one wall in this dark room, and he's screaming bloody murder. And then, literally 0.2 seconds later, he's 2 feet in front of me, screaming. And then when it went dark again, I was on the ground because he ran from one end of the room to the other, bowling people over.
Oh, you were tackling
screaming.
people?
He didn't know. He didn't know. He was so scared.
Oh,
he was just
sorry.
running.
You were scared. I thought you were hyping everybody up and screaming to be funny.
He was.
Oh, you were.
He was afraid.
My lazy eye that comes out whenever I'm scared was almost permanently stuck.
When we walked out of there, I didn't know which eye to look in. It was that bad.
And that's no exaggeration.
Oh man, I am learning stuff about you guys. Man, I got to see more of this.
You're learning about our biggest fears. You know, our
I
biggest
love it.
insecurities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that following, Josh, we can do a double feature of Imaginary and Kung Fu Panda 4, which also comes out the 8th.
I mean, that's a good way to calm things down.
I do like the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm game.
And then so far so good with March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then on the 21st we have the Roadhouse remake. Do you guys remember Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze?
That's the homeless shelter here in Salt Lake, isn't it?
But
the road home.
Oh, sorry.
So Roadhouse, he's a bartender, but Jake Gyllenhaal stars in this one. It's going to be on Amazon Prime on the 21st.
Wait, so it's a remake?
It's a remake.
Okay.
But it's Jake Gyllenhaal, so he's good stuff. The next day on the 22nd, we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So the new Ghostbusters Afterlife movie.
Okay.
Have you seen that? Are you going to see that one?
Yeah, I think I'm seeing it next week. I don't have super high hopes because I just feel like, the nostalgia bait is really strong with these movies, and I think they're trying to put that in place of a quality story. But we'll see.
And is this isn't the sequel to the one with the girls?
Nope. I know.
I can't.
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa, that's the one I was thinking of.
No, that movie has been forgotten about by literally everyone, especially the studio.
Really
well, and apparently
has.
Me too.
Yeah, it's the studio. Even when they compile the movies together, like in a Blu-ray set, they don't include Ghostbusters. They call it Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh,
like that.
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah,
I know.
They're erasing it from history.
That's the death blow right there.
And we're better off. Okay, and so Ghostbusters, that will be a big movie though. Like that will be a big one. People will see it in IMAX, whatever. And then the 29th, like I'm saying, we're pretty stacked. Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire.
Oh,
and
that's
so we
where,
have the
that's
new,
where we have like a baby Kong. Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen the previews for that.
And so it's another one of these movies. I think their special effects are incredible.
Yeah.
I've never cared about literally anything that happens within them,
no.
except for big monsters fighting.
Which is kind of the draw. That's why Pacific Rim was like a cult classic.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Pacific Rim is just cool, okay? Let's not rope that in with the new Godzilla movies.
I'm just
That's
talking about big
awesome
monsters
movie.
fighting. That it's just appeals to people, you know.
The Meg.
The Meg.
Wait, did you just say the Meg just cuz?
I like it.
It's a big shark.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe we need to see the Meg versus Godzilla.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Godzilla does spend a lot of time walking around in the shallow ocean. I mean,
we need this.
Yeah, I agree.
And we need Dwight Schrute in this as well.
Oh, you're gonna cast this movie. You're getting really into this.
Cocaine Bear will show up as well. Don't worry.
Geez. but he'll be huge, right?
Big,
he's on steroids.
Giant cocaine bear.
Yep.
Yeah, steroid bear.
Steroid
Megazord
bear
version.
It's like the worst Care Bears ever.
Steroid bear. Steroid bear.
And when he does, when he does the stairs, eyes kind of bulge out a little bit, like steroid side
die
effects.
From a stroke.
He's got tiny balls. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
The most important side effect.
I mean, it was just assumed.
Is it because Spencer's not here that I'm giving us the E? I don't know.
I mean...
Anyway, so like I'm saying, March is pretty big.
Yeah.
Right? For bigger movies.
For those bear balls.
Okay. So I think we've covered the bases tonight.
Yeah.
Casey, once again, thanks for helping us out. Or I guess you've kind of sold yourself, maybe being the newest cast member. I don't know.
You don't have to twist my arm, guys. I mean, yes. Okay. Stop twisting my arm. I mean, the answer is I accept. I'm sorry, Spencer. That's the way friendships go. Sorry.
You're the same person. I don't know.
Yeah. It's the beard.
All right, Josh, with all that, how about you take us out?
Absolutely. You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick Smith, Dave, and of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you guys can catch me on my other podcast, Paternity Leave.